What a Christmas present that was for Torquay fans. But 3-0 win over the local-ish rivals Yeovil. It was a proper game. I loved it from minute one. My summary of things for yesterday. From minute one, I loved it because it was just a battle. It was even. The first half was even. Could have gone either way, really. Both teams were up for it. It wasn't like Torquay sort of started above 10 minutes, and then I've seen it many times against Yeovil actually a couple of years ago. We kind of went into our shell, and then it was just like men v boys. But we kept going. Their striker was keen on rattling. Fair enough. We've had strikers done it before. Rattling our back line, but it didn't really work out for him yesterday because he got booked and he missed a really good chance in the first half. I thought our defence and goal absolutely phenomenal. He had no hope against Moxie and Lewis in the 4-0 yesterday. So for minute one, their game plan, I guess, was kind of that. I expected more from Yeovil yesterday, to be honest with you, because, you know, with their run of form, I mean, I guess it's going to be a physical team, of course, but I think they got too roped into the battle, and even though I expected to go the other way, we actually came out as that team that sort of had this big sort of war, but actually used our heads a bit more than they did. Like, the heads went in the second half, as I get to. But the first half was even. Both teams had half chances. It was kind of a story of teams going for it. Nice few tackles coming in. Both teams having a few half chances, especially Yeovil in the first one of that header. After we were caught in possession, I think. But yeah, even game 0-0 at half time. I think we just had the edge, especially near the end of the first half. It threatened to ball over a few times. And then going to the second half, you think, what team is going to step it up a gear? The first 5 minutes, it was Yeovil. You think, here we go. They're going to do what teams in good form do and just play worth about 10-20 minutes of a game and then just take it up a gear and then go. But they did have a half chance, I think, at the time, but it didn't happen. And then the red card happened. I actually missed it, to be honest. So I know there's stuff going on with lapsing player beforehand, but I've seen it. I mean, he's kicked out. He's done a bit of a Beckham in the World Cup. You know, it's not exactly the worst thing that happened on that pitch that day, but red card, fair enough. And from then on, you think, now, how's this game going to change? I think Yeovil got a man sent, I think, was it 10v10 a couple of years ago? But they had a man sent off and they all up the game. Sometimes when a team goes down to 10 men, they get more compact, work harder. The team playing against it actually becomes harder because you've got to use the ball more wisely. But I think it was a chaos a couple of minutes, but there's really good calm. I saw McDonald go, calm down, lads, calm it down to players. And there's that really intelligence, that real good intelligence which on the pitch, which hasn't always been there this season, but it really was there the last few games and was there yesterday. And then, we had a clear penalty. Lolo's got his feet wiped out, not given, and then seconds later we're in front with Ben Wood's header. So... And that game changed. We were getting better. I think we were just edged the game. But from that moment, and that was the game, to be honest. Like Yeovil, from that point, the heads went down and we just kept going at them. Found that second goal. We got a bit of luck. We deserved it. And then McDonald almost put them back in the game with a slice clearance, went straight to him, but Moore did so well to save it. And then they had a pressure of corners where the keeper was on the ground and they hit the bar. So they had their chance to get back into it, which would have made it a nervy game indeed, as these games can be. But Yeovil, it always makes me very wary we've got to play them in a week because these games can switch so easily. Like, it could be a totally different game at Yeovil in a week. They'll be well up for it now if that game goes ahead. But they was a big sort of non-league team and didn't have much about them really yesterday. I'm sure I don't want to sit here and go they're rubbish because they could probably pump us next week if things sort of fall differently. But I was not impressed with them at all. I expected a lot better for them. But that's how Derby games go, especially on Boxing Day. It's not so much about form, and that goes out the window really. So, and 3 wins in a row, as I said with Harry last week, if you watched last week's episode, no panic. We are building now. I'm not going to sit here every week and be like, or whatever, but just to be 12th after so many defeats this season, we're not even halfway through the season and we're 12th in the league. All I ask this season for me is to keep building, to be in an outsider for the playoffs and 5 games to go. That's brilliant after what we've gone through the season. Felix had to isolate. Armstrong we didn't have had to isolate. We didn't miss Armstrong too much because Wright was superb. Lemon Evans was superb. Didn't quite have the finishing touch, either of them, but we used Wright properly. I like the start of the season where we're not putting 60 long balls to him. We're playing the long ball to him here and there. His experience to sort of fend off those Yeovil defenders yesterday really made the difference for me. Just at times, Lemon Evans, showing signs, just need to use your left foot, Connor, more, honestly. Just like the playoff, use your left foot more and, you'll be a complete player. But he looked lively. Sparks, brilliant. I don't want to get attached to him because obviously he'll probably going back to Exeter like is his standard in the Football League a couple of weeks, but he was brilliant. Martin again, I like Troy Johnson when he came on. For added something. I hope that he can sort of like Martin learn from stuff that happened at the start of the season and build it up. Moxie and Lewis, absolute animals at the back again. Those two as a centre back partnership, so good. It's just nice to be thinking, oh, you know what, we're competitive against Stockports, we're competitive against the Yovils, we're not getting outplayed by them, especially at the start of the season when we were just battered away by all Grimsby's and all that. So it would just be nice to think, we're there about to end the season, and yeah, I hope you enjoy this. Next episode, you'll be seeing our new feature, our Power Rankings episode, where we basically take the top 10 performing players in the last 3 games. So watch that one, and yeah, please like and subscribe.